Alright guys, it cringes me to do this from all this work that me and my dad both kind of put into this thing. Mostly my dad, because he worked a whole lot on this truck. But I'm wanting to go this whole bag route right here, and of course I ain't put my back half on yet. But as you can tell, after I Z'd the frame, the steering link is no longer in a bind, which is great. But it cringes me to do it. But I'm starting to tear down this. I've got the bed already pulled off. You can see the exhaust that's routed through there. The reason why I didn't bag this Mountaineer frame, which would have been easy because you got the link you could put from here straight to the rear end, is because of this. We had to raise up the back of the cab on this frame because it was so low here, and even if I did sit on the ground, the frame is still sitting 7 inches lower than the actual cab. So even all the way on the ground, it'd still be 7 inches. But I've got I got the radiator unplugged, I got the Freon off, all vacuumed out. So now I'm just gonna drive it back in the shop, start tearing it down. All right, so far got my father-in-law and I, we got all the stuff taken apart. We got the front clip sitting off. There it is so far. There's where the mounts had to be relocated for the Mountaineer frame. But that's it so far. Next step is just to get the cab and pull it straight off the lift. As you can tell, we've got the cab pulled off, and that's the Mountaineer chassis there. That's where we built the mount off the old original frame. And there's all the exhaust work. Now this frame here we'll be using under one of the 54s since we're taking it out for the 66. But I've got to do some work on the floor pans. We've already patched them. We just haven't welded them from the bottom. But it's basically pretty solid under here. But I've got some brand new headers put on for there. So it's coming a thunderstorm outside right now, or else I would go out there and get that other frame and push this one out there. Alright, I got my bag frame sitting in here. I got my cab overhead. I've got it raised up right now. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the cab down, see where it kind of fits, and then get my mounts made. Alright, it's already sitting a whole lot lower than what it did on the other frame. I'm going to keep going down with it. Now, what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to measure, make sure the wheelbase is correct with the rear of the bed and from the front center of this to the cab mount. I'm going to get my square steel tubing, cut me off some pieces. I'm going to weld them on the side of the frame and right up here to the bottom of the cab mount where it's going to be, and make sure I allow enough space for the cab mount bushing. And go ahead and get it tacked into place, get it bolted up, lay it all the way on the ground, and maybe we'll lay rocker. We'll see. Alright guys, as you can see, the body is sitting on the chassis. The chassis is actually aired up. The frame is probably 4 inches off the ground. I got the cab sitting all the way down as far as it'll go with the lift. It's still got another 2 inches till the actual body will be sitting right at the edge of the frame. So I've got another inch I can drop the body, which will let me have the bottom of my rocker level with the bottom of the frame. But right now, that's exactly where the body's going to be sitting with the wheelbase of the wheel. So if all my measurements are right, I should be able to lay rocker with it all the way down. Alright guys, I got the cab mounts made for this truck here. I got it sitting on the frame, but there's the cab mounts that I've made, and I cut out the bottom so that the mount will fit. It's the same cab mount bushings that was off the Ford Ranger. But I got the DJM lower control arms, DJM upper control arms, and I Z'd the frame right there. I've still got to finish the bottom, but where I Z'd the frame, you can see my steering alignment is completely straight when I'm all the way up to ride height. So it's exactly where I want it. I'm on 0 right there with my frame all the way up in the front and the back. And now, let's see how low it'll lay. Alright, going down. Alright, there we are. Looks like we can go down just a little more in front. Alright, there we are. That's how far it'll go down, so that's exactly where it's going to lay. And as you can tell, it's low. I can't even stick my hand under there to my knuckles. So on the inside, I'm laying frame on the inside right there until the back starts to raise up for the rear section. And I mean, I'm laying about an inch from the rocker. So, and again, I'll show you up here where I Z'd the frame. Now, with it all the way down, I've still got room under my K-member. My arm is not touching the frame, and it wouldn't have even if it was cut. And it's not too bad of a bind. It just looks like where the rubber boots broke. So, but there it is. It's looking pretty good. So far, I'm really happy with the outcome. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead, get the thing pulled back apart. I'm going to finish doing the rear part of my Z right here. I've got the top, I just got to finish my bottom. I'll finish doing that. I'm going to clean the frame up. I've got to cut these front frame horns off from the Ranger, and I've got to Z them down because my bumper will be right on the ground. I went ahead and I put the fender on it just so that I can see exactly how low I needed to go for my bumper, because the front sits just a little bit higher than the center. So I'll go ahead now, I'll get my rear C-notch section I built put in. I'll go ahead and I'll get the other fender put on with my my rear support so I can measure out where my bumper needs to go. And I'll go ahead and I'll cut my frame and I'll get that in place. And next time you see it, it'll be an update with getting my frame done. Thanks for viewing, and please subscribe.